Dave Blankenship was a steady presence on the Curse of Oak Island for several seasons, but suddenly, he was gone. Secrets and treasure abound on the Curse of Oak Island, a History Channel TV series that takes place on the eponymous island, located on the south shore of Nova Scotia. Brothers Marty and Rick Lagina moved to the island after hearing about the curious history there, intending to investigate it to its fullest extent. There have been 12 seasons of the show now, with many people coming and going from the cast. Dan Blankenship was an original treasure seeker on Oak Island for nearly 50 years when the Laginas arrived and helped the brothers with their searches, despite being over 90 years old for most of his time on the show. Dan passed away at 95 before the start of Season 7, but his son, Dave, continued on, at least for a while. Dave is one of only 3 permanent inhabitants of the island and is partially paralyzed from a past industrial accident. A fan favorite on the Curse of Oak Island, viewers were sad to see that he suddenly disappeared. Dave Blankenship is rumored to have had a falling out with the Curse of Oak Island. Dave may have been frustrated with how the producers treated his father. Dave Blankenship left the Curse of Oak Island after Season 7 for some unknown reason. Some fans on Reddit speculate that hardships brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic kept Dave away from Season 8, and he simply never returned. Another theory suggests that there was some bad blood between Dave and the Curse of Oak Island producers. In a since-deleted Facebook comment, attributed to Dave Blankenship, and only viewable on Imager, Dave writes about his reason for leaving the show. There's no way to verify this comment without Dave himself coming forward, but the website Mysteries of Canada also posits this same theory. In this story, Dave was frustrated with the Curse of Oak Island for never giving his father the proper due for his part in uncovering the secrets and treasures there, essentially making the show the hit that it has been. This is all alleged, of course, and there have been no official statements about Dave's disappearance. It's a somewhat fitting mystery for a show obsessed with them. Dave Blankenship's injury, explained. Dave was injured on a construction job in 1986. Dave Blankenship talking to the camera in the Curse of Oak Island. It's possible that Dave left the show due to his injury, partial paralysis. While working at a construction site as a steelworker on March 31, 1986, a heavy air compressor snapped the boom of a crane, sending its cable whipping around wildly. Mysteries of Canada. The cable snapped into Dave's knees, sending him 46 feet through the air and smashing through the window of the crane's cab. His heart had pinched his carotid artery against the window frame, and Dave suffered a stroke that put him into a coma. Dave said about his coma Dave did end up getting out of bed, and soon, he had recovered most of his bodily functions, though the left side of his body still has significant numbness. Dave has a good outlook on his injury, saying it's one of the reasons Dave Blankenship and his father worked so well on the Curse of Oak Island. They were never afraid to speak their minds and could often stop the Laginas from doing something exceptionally ill-advised. They were the real caretakers of the island and their presence on it made the work of the show feel like something more intimate.